Hello and welcome to another episode of Ankle Sore. If this is your first time seeing our channel, please go ahead, hit the like and subscribe buttons. So let's get into it. Thursday night, MCG, Carlton 12-14-86, defeated Richmond 12-9-81. That's their fifth consecutive win by under a kick. Incredible. And interestingly, the Blues have kicked 86 2 weeks in a row. Andrew?
That's mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing.
Interesting. Poor win, but they got the win. That's it.
Poor win,
but they got the win.
They didn't play well, right? I don't think they play well, Carlton.
Yeah, and Richmond had a crack.
Had a crack, 3 less at half-time.
At half-time.
I will say, if Richmond had, if the rotations were the other way around, I'll be honest, they lose.
They would have.
Probably. There's a kick in it.
Yeah,
it's
I reckon
ridiculous.
They could have won in the end. If that ball bounces up to Bolton.
There's a lot of things that happened at the end that were a little bit funny with that game.
But I'm going to keep this short. Watch Carlton Club Corner. It'll be very interesting this week.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
So stay tuned for Carlton
absolutely.
Club Corner.
Absolutely.
Move on to Friday night footy. It was at the MCG. Collingwood 10-9-69 were whacked by Sydney. 15-12-102.
Whacked.
They're whacked. They've been whacked 8 quarters in a row now.
They have. And, yes, my 2 boys.
Oh, 2 now.
Oh, can he only have one?
All right, my boy.
Who's the other? You can adopt one.
Errol.
No, you got to trade one in.
Yeah.
It's one or the other,
No,
mate.
I'll keep
You can have
Isaac.
Heaney,
Isaac?
keep him.
Isaac, he's back. Is he back to his best?
He would be on 6 Brownlow votes.
Yeah.
For sure. Because he smacked him in round 1 as well.
Just quickly, how good was Sydney?
Oh, they were very good. Like, their ball movement, and again, I'm going to mention those two, and then you got Warner. Mate, their ball movement through the middle was great, and they were hitting Collingwood hard, mate. Dacos did all right. Nick, he still got 30 touches, but he wasn't effective. They were right into him, and so I think Sydney
were just moving the footy at all costs. They were playing volleyball at times. They
They
were just
were.
smashing the ball forward.
a la Richmond.
Well, that's right. And I think that the way they're playing, look, the way GWS are playing, is that
similar
the new type of footy.
Yes,
what did you
it
think?
is. Yeah. I reckon Collingwood's in a bit of trouble
Hey,
here.
yeah. As for Collingwood?
Please stop. Yeah. No, you're wrong.
Collingwood last year doesn't count this year. It's 0-0 again. It does.
Get Nick out.
No, I'm just saying it does. It starts fresh, mate.
Correct.
Even Sidebottom said last year won't win us a premiership this year.
No,
we
but-
need to get
Not
better.
if Sydney and GWS.
But can you say they're in big trouble after 2 rounds? Don't get me wrong, they've been whacked.
No, I
They've
don't
been-
like the way they play.
They've been whacked 2 weeks in a row by 2 sides who quite possibly be top 4.
That's right.
Quite
Let's put
lazy.
a rock in their shoe.
Yeah,
Or
sure.
a stone in their shoe.
Either way, it's
It'll be bolder
uncomfortable.
if they lose this week.
They're uncomfortable.
But each team, the premiership side's always vulnerable the following year. We know
No,
that.
that's true because everyone's
And
out
what
to
happens
get
is
them.
all the top 4 teams, not so much the bottom half, but the top 4 teams just take a little bit of like DNA from them.
It's true.
And they
Yeah.
incorporate it.
True.
Because why? Because we need to beat you to win the flag.
Yeah.
So they take a little bit, and then another club
Yeah,
takes a little
maybe.
bit. All of a sudden, Collingwood gets found out, or the reigning premiers do, purely on that.
Bottom line, we need to find a way to beat you because if we can beat you, then we're on our way to win a flag.
You beat Collingwood.
So that
That's
Their
right.
forward line scares me, but anyway.
who's?
Collingwood.
There's a bit of a problem there.
Non-existent. There's no such
How many more
thing.
goes does Ash Johnson get?
No, none.
He's
None
done.
for a long while.
Look,
until-
I do like mate. See Jamie Elliott kick 2 clutch goals.
Yep.
That's my point about him. He's a beautiful kick, mate.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I know they lost.
They kicked 10 goals, he kicked 2.
No. I kicked 2 or 3. I don't know what he kicked for the
Yeah,
night.
I think he
But he
kicked
kicked 2 like really important ones where the game was still in the
Yeah.
balance sort of thing.
But-
I'm just saying.
For me, he's had his run. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
agree.
But
I'm not a
Sydney,
fan of Joe, man.
Sydney looked
Look
really
out.
good, mate.
Look out. Saturday afternoon, MCG, my favourite game of the round. I loved it. Essendon 14-15-99. Defeated.
Hang on,
That's
wrong.
not right. Saturday afternoon, MCG. Essendon 17-5-107. Incredibly accurate. Beat Hawthorn 11-17-83. Incredibly inaccurate.
I
My
know.
favourite game of the round it was. Loved it.
I'm going to say one thing. I know if you want to talk, but
Go.
just that's great. Great win. I'll give you some credit. They played good footy. Hawthorn kicked themselves out of it. We've said that. But again, if you're banking on 17-5 every week, you're not going to win a
It's
lot of
exceptional.
Man,
kicking,
you're
isn't it?
hard on Essendon.
games. I'm not hard on Essendon. I'm being honest. Nothing to do with Essendon. This could be North, could be Carlton. It's what I'm saying
I
is
know you don't
how
like
often
Essendon.
how often are you going to kick 17-5?
No, they won't do it again this
No,
year.
it probably won't
What I'm
happen
saying
again,
is,
yeah.
good luck to them. They played good footy, mate. They did.
There's a little bit more than
Yeah.
that, isn't there?
I reckon Hawthorn did all right.
McGrath, we don't talk enough about Essendon, I don't think.
Okay,
I'm gonna
go
get
for
on
your
their
life.
bandwagon.
Jump on.
Yeah.
I think McGrath off half-back was great. Their backline, block your ears. I think Mackay looks like he might have settled them.
He did well.
Essendon kicked 17 goals, but Langford, Stringer, I know you're not going to say about Stringer, but Langford kicked goals, Stringer kicked goals, Wright kicked goals. So their forward structure looked good. They've got a couple of beauties in the midfield. Durham and Perkins is going to be
good.
Perkins good.
He's
Yeah,
going to be a
he's gone on.
superstar. Look,
I want to say about
they
Stringer.
go okay, Essendon. They're not
100% agree. Stringer, when it gets to round 5 and he starts eating donuts and it cools down, right?
But
So
that's
when it cools down, he had 6 donuts on the Friday before Saturday. Do you think he's going to do what he did yesterday?
That's when Guelphy comes in. I'm all over Essendon.
Guelphy played.
he played well.
was
He actually
great.
played well.
Yeah,
Look, all jokes aside,
Guelphy was great.
Stringer was good yesterday, mate. He did what he's meant to do.
He did.
What
He
I'm
kicked
trying to
3
say
goals
is,
and
can he do it regularly?
That'll
Yeah,
remain to be
I'm
seen.
not sold on Essendon yet. Like Peter Wright, yeah, he kicked 2 or 3 or 4, whatever he kicked.
Look, and
but-
I like they moved Kelly to a wing, which looked, that's a great move. I think that works.
He's a bit iffy. He's the one
that
that
works.
players, other teams can, what's that word you look
Exploit.
for? That's the
Expose
word.
him.
Yeah, expose,
Cox
whatever.
down back was good. They lost Reed early, but they structured
Okay,
again.
I'm going to say something
All
about
no
Zach
more
Reed.
Essendon.
Nah, Zach Reed.
Yep.
It's time to give it away, mate.
Yeah,
4 years, enough's
too many
enough.
Injuries.
They're banking on this
Too
guy.
many injuries.
Literally, he's right to go. He's had
Yeah.
a great preseason. And half
really,
a game.
Really quickly, Hawthorn. Thoughts?
I like what they were trying to
11,
do.
17. How many misses do you want? But Child missed a couple.
Child missed 4.
Who else missed? Where was Lawes yesterday?
I was
Yeah.
disgusted by his effort.
Yeah, and
his
you're
effort.
He's all over
I'm a
him,
fan,
yeah.
but his effort. We watched this game together.
Well, I
We're trying to
worked it-
contact you, but
I
our
worked
phones
it-
weren't working.
Nah, of course, because the time
Nah,
we leaked it,
Telstra
Essendon
was there.
gonna- So we had a really good focus and microscope on this game. You
Absolutely.
two watching it, I was working it. So
Yeah.
we're all over this game.
Yeah.
Mitch Lewis had a few efforts where he just gave
I
up.
agree. I
and I
remember-
pointed them
yeah,
out. I
yeah,
even
yeah.
rewound it
go,
and pointed
what's
it out,
he
and I'm like,
Oh, is that why you didn't text me after the game? Because
No,
we
no.
rewound it so many times.
Yeah, I didn't know
But
when
the
it
game
finished.
at 8
Correct,
o'clock at night.
correct.
That's right.
yeah, no, it was very
I
disappointing.
thought
but
Hawthorn's best player was Ginnivan. He was very good.
he was good.
He was all right. He was
He
tremendous.
was their best. Your mate
I
Newcomb
told
was
you.
good.
Hang on.
Newcomb?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
we
very
know
good.
that.
He's
John
tough,
Newcomb.
mate.
He must have had Tang before the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he must have restrung his racket too.
But we said Ginnivan was going to be good.
Ginnivan
Like,
looks like he's
he's
going to...
a good pickup.
And Nick Watson, too raw.
Yeah,
Everyone
too
was
raw.
overrating him.
Oh,
Let's
he just tries to do too much anyway.
quickly go to Saturday afternoon twilight at Engie Stadium. GWS 17-19, 121. Beat an accurate North 13-4, 82. A commendable performance by the Roos, I thought.
Okay. Anyway, I thought I love what North Melbourne did yesterday. I love it.
I went bananas in the first 10 minutes. I go, well, what's this?
And again, you two watched it
Yeah,
together?
we watched it
yeah,
together.
I'll say, watch a game.
I love what North's doing. I
I got
loved
plenty
it.
to say North Club Corner, by the way. I'm not going to say too much.
Stay
Yeah.
tuned for North Club
Oh, yeah,
Corner
watch
for
North
our
Club
review
Corner.
of that game.
But as a neutral, I loved what they were doing. The kids, Sheasel, I kept saying this word to him. He's a delight to watch. A delight to watch Harry Sheasel play football. A delight. He's, mate, something special. He's.
I've got a bit to say about quite a few players, but like I said,
All right, so give us not a few players, but in a nutshell, North as a whole, that result.
as in, do you want me to mention players or just
No, not players, just as a whole, the result and what you thought generally.
all over the shop early?
They were.
Overwhelmed.
Yep.
Got their ball movement going, what they wanted to do,
Yep.
and looked very good at times. Got within 5 points. We're never going to get in front, but got within 5 points, then a couple of turnovers, and then it sort of opened up for GWS. But they hung in there, North. They hung in there.
Defensively, they were okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
look, I
considering,
They
yeah.
kicked 13 goals.
Yeah.
I've got a bit more to say on individuals, but, you know, that.
I was saying to him yesterday, I'm going to finish with this. North, the result was irrelevant yesterday. Just how did North play? Like, you could see what they're trying to do. That's all that matters for North. Not beating GWS or getting within 5 goals. It's irrelevant, isn't it?
You don't want to lose by 100 points.
Well, they didn't. But
That's what I mean. So it is
But
irrelevant.
if they play their game that they want to build to win a premiership in 2, 3, 4,
Yep.
5, whatever it is, that started yesterday, right? So the result is irrelevant. 40, 50 points, doesn't matter.
Well,
You're playing probably the best side in it. So anyway.
I'll elaborate on a little bit
Club
more
corner.
on
I saw a lot of teams winning games of footy this weekend and losing playing the way that Sydney and GWS and North played that sort of footy, and Essendon played a little bit of that footy. It looks like this year it's going to be run and gun, get off the back, get the ball through the middle, get it in quick.
Well,
but anyway,
so
as we talk about that, let's go to the next game.
let's go. He's right.
Saturday night, GMHBA Stadium, Geelong 10-16-76, beat St Kilda 9-14-68, with which none of these teams did that.
No, dear.
Andrew.
I'm going to agree with the half the stuff what he says, for sure.
I'm going to look into the camera for this. AFL, do me a favour. Go down to St Kilda and remove Ross Lyon. He's ruining, and I mean ruining, your sport. The AFL is being ruined by one man. He's the worst coach. Will never, ever win a premiership. Will be known as just a mess of a coach. A defensive mindset is you will never win a premiership. No,
What's your name, Andrew? You're quite smart.
yeah, he can say what he wants, but he'll never win a flag. He's in this caper to win a flag. He'll never win one. And I haven't finished yet. I'm sorry. You can have your time. I need to say this. What? Every game that St Kilda play, I ain't watching. I'm not watching. Rubbish. They are putrid football club. A putrid style of football.
That
We're
scoreline,
going to do St Kilda Club Corner too.
Oh, mate.
that
I'm
scoreline,
sick of it.
I'll be
I'm
honest,
sick of it.
That scoreline flatters them. Because I thought Geelong were going to run all over the top of
Yeah.
them. But once again, 53
18
players
back.
back. Yeah, I know. 100.
St Kilda had only one bloke, and that was Membry up forward. He was
Yeah.
the only one that was
Looked dangerous.
looked dangerous.
No,
That a Kid Wilson looked
See,
all right.
but that's where you're wrong. He was the only one that was allowed to go forward.
Probably.
What about
7-8. Yeah, what about him? He was in the centre
I
of the
know.
ground half the game, waiting because they're 18 behind the ball. It's rubbish.
I can't
stand it.
watching it.
I can't stand
I know
watching
you don't
St
mind that
Kilda.
defensive side of things.
Nah, not to
I
that
didn't like
extent.
what I saw last night.
That's
That's going to continue for the whole
Yeah.
year, mate. I guarantee you. I told you midway through last year, he got settled in.
Yeah.
I told you, and
They play, yeah.
it just showed you. Finals, they got smacked because they
agree.
went defensive.
But even in
And
practice matches, they were running the ball off half back, and they were
yeah,
doing.
because you
They-
practice
what was
because
that
no one
last
cares.
night?
It's all practice in City.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what they do.
But as for Geelong, I thought they were good. They did what they
they had to
did.
do.
They do what they have to do. I
How
agree.
good
They
does
were
the
good.
stand look?
Looks tremendous.
Yeah, it looks
Bloody
great.
good.
And the ground fit 39,000 last night, the most since 1981.
Yeah, how'd that work though?
Well, there was
Yeah, but
standing
remember
room
standing
only.
room, mate. Everyone's standing like
so what? Sardines. I was going to
Sardines.
say.
That's
Yeah,
what it
you
was.
went to Gideon Park as
I
a
went.
kid.
I
Yeah,
did,
I went.
but there wasn't.
There was no
40,000.
seats. The other Saturday night game was at People First Stadium. That's Heritage Bank Stadium, which is not anymore. Yeah.
People's first. Oh yeah, sorry.
Gold Coast 8-12-60, Adelaide 8-6-54. Just quickly, it rained all night in that game, and it was... As
soon as it rained, it was over.
Yeah, it was like 6-1, and that three-quarter time, it was 7-3, and Adelaide lost at sea in the weather, and then they've come roaring home to lose by kick.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch the rest of that
Yeah.
game. Woke up this morning going, what in God?
Yeah.
But Gold Coast are 2-0 now, so they've got what they had to do. We spoke about that.
That's okay.
But they stay home. And Adelaide, I don't know what happened those first three quarters.
They'll get fended out
Well,
very quickly.
Tough conditions. to
I was
play.
going to
Terrible,
say they're the
tough
highest scoring
conditions.
side last year, Adelaide.
Yeah.
Number
Yep.
one offense, right?
Yep.
So they play in those because it's not their go, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a wet, it can be wet and whatever, but it's just not their go. That's it.
Tough.
And just
It
quickly,
is what it is.
Keys continue on from last year's form. Very good for Adelaide.
Yeah, well, Rankin and Rashid
Rankin,
got
mate.
going again.
Yeah, they got
Right.
done. That's
that
what got
last
them back
quarter,
in.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, I'm not sure about what's going on with Gold Coast. I don't know.
Sunday afternoon today, 31 degrees. Melbourne 16-13, 109 beat the Dogs 19-68. Vito, on a hot day, Melbourne finally decided to play talls. And surprise, surprise.
Yeah, Brown kicked 2 goals.
Yeah, they had structure.
They had structure. Don't ever anyone talk to me about who'd you rather have, Petrarca or Bontempelli? He's not his ass wipe.
Beep. Well, he was good early,
It
Bob.
was good, Bont.
He's good, mate. He's good. No, I'm not
He's
saying
not a
going-
match winner, is he?
He's
Is
not
that what-
Petrarca's mate. Petrarca will just go, I'm going to win this game today for Melbourne, right? And he will, no.
Hang on.
I'm just,
continue. Go.
right?
Sorry.
I'm just saying, not saying today. I'm just saying
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
that mindset. Bontempelli, as good as he is, he'll just run around like he's slow. Mate, I'm sorry. And I'll stick to this. And you can't say I'm just saying it now. I've said this for years. A very good footballer.
Yeah,
but too many people carry
Right.
on way too much.
What's happened for you to say that today?
Now, hang on.
He was
I've
their
always
best
thought that
player
about
by
Bont.
7
No,
kilometres.
about Bont.
I just don't think he's a superstar that
Right.
everyone thinks he is.
What about the game in general?
I didn't see the whole game, to be honest, but what I saw,
Can I say?
you can.
the game in general. I watched the whole thing. Whoever signed Aaron Norton,
Where was he? Was he kicked the first goal?
kicked the
and
first
then told
goal. I saw
30,000 people, and
went and got a coffee,
when I got a coffee,
hot
donuts.
dog. Whoever signed that
Unsighted.
contract for 7 years needs to be sacked. Luke Beveridge, if you had an inkling to say, yeah, all right, let's keep him, sacked today.
Not really sure. It's
He's.
not really sure that's his area, Beverage. I'm
Oh
sure.
no, it was. That's why they had the falling out with Chris Grant.
Okay.
He had too much of a say, right?
Yeah, all right. I didn't know that.
So he should be sacked then, right? If he had a say in that, because that's the worst decision I've ever.
Nothing against Luke Beveridge,
Okay.
nothing against anyone. Just quickly, sorry, just one more thing.
Yep.
I just think they need a new blood. I think they need
Yeah,
new...
but individually in today's game. Today's game.
What I saw of it,
Norton was horrendous.
They were beaten inside
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
They had a crack early and then they were beaten from halfway through the first.
surprisingly,
Melbourne just
were harder
cantered.
than them.
Yeah, Melbourne
Yeah,
cantered
but-
through it.
So you think Clayton Oliver's overrated, mate? He's the best midfielder in the competition.
At the Adelaide Oval,
finished.
Port Adelaide, 16, 24, 120. How many shots at goals?
40.
40 to 10, 10, 70. Port's had a win.
What do we expect?
Port's had a win.
that
Let's
could have
be
been
honest.
a lot worse.
Harley Reid looks good for a number one pick.
What about Harley Davidson?
What about Tom Harley?
Just went past Tom. What about him?
Just
Runs the Swans.
Harley Reid, yeah.
He looks good.
Looks good.
But I still
He's no Harry Sheasel, but he looks
no,
good.
but he looks good.
think they should trade the pick to get 4 players instead of 1. Because
You're right.
it's not going to help
You're
them,
right.
let's be honest. I don't know. That's all I've got to say about
Anyway,
today's
Port
game.
whacked West Coast by 50 points.
That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Sunday night, Optus Stadium. Fremantle, Brisbane are currently playing. We won't be covering that one as we want to get this episode out as soon as possible. But we'll put up the final scores on the screen. So, Vito, if you don't want to know the scores, look away now.
Oh, dear. $2000s, was it? Or 19? No, it was 2000s?
Oh, 80s, 90s.
90s,
Oh,
mate.
dear.
80s.
Well,
late
what song are we
80s.
putting up? Keep me hanging on?
Hanging
or
on. Listen, do you want to know a secret?
We're on the
Who do you
tip of
want
my
to-
tongue.
Oh,
right on the tip of my
dear.
tongue.
Cut it. Cut it.
Well, there you have it. Our review of round 1 in the books. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this week's games. And yes, we will reply. And we'll see you on the next one. But don't forget, we're going to have an in-depth analysis of North's Club Corner of the North Melbourne GWS game with Vito and yours truly. And in the Carlton Club Corner with Andrew. Don't forget to look out for that one.